Welcome, beautiful souls, to the Matchmaker with Letitia Underwood. I am so thrilled to have each and every one of you joining me today for this special live stream. Today's topic is a truly fascinating one as we dive into the world of relationships and love. We'll be exploring the insights and wisdom from the incredible book Getting to I Do, written by renowned Dr. Patricia Allen. Dr. Patricia Allen's book is a treasure trove of knowledge, guiding us through the journey of finding and nurturing fulfilling relationships. Her profound insights have touched the lives of countless individuals, helping them navigate the complexities of dating, love, and commitment. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or simply seeking to deepen your understanding, or simply seeking to deepen your understanding of love, you're in for a treat today. Together, we'll explore the key principles shared by Dr. Patricia Allen and discuss how they can shape your paths to finding true connection and lasting love. Feel free to engage with me in the chat, ask questions, share your thoughts, and let me know where you're tuning in from. This is a safe space to discuss matters of the heart openly and respectfully. So grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's embark on this beautiful journey together. Together, we'll discover how you all can get closer to I do and create loving relationships that stand the test of time. Thank you for being here with me, dear viewers and subscribers. Let's make this live stream an unforgettable experience. Now, let's dive into the pages of Getting to I Do and explore the transformative power of love. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Matchmaker with Letitia Underwood. And we are discussing the final chapter that, well, I was going to read. There's actually another chapter, but it's not, it doesn't have anything to do with the stream. So, chapter 19, 10 secrets for getting and keeping the right man. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like and share. If you're enjoying the content, I truly appreciate it. And you can send me a donation at Cash App to Cash App at $ the matchmaker. Okay, so number one, choose to be respected or cherished. You've got to know who you are before you can exchange what you've got. In every relationship, there can be only one respected leader and one cherished follower, at least in the beginning until a commitment has been negotiated. Choose whether you want to be the giving male or the receiving female, regardless of your anatomy. Whatever you choose, have integrity. Number two, pay attention to your feelings. Always pay attention to your feelings. Avoid what you don't want. Feminine energy must feel good to do good. Masculine energy must do good to feel good. Don't rationalize away negative feelings, no matter who tells you to. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Honor your body. Flirt to attract. If you want to attract a male, you must be seen as a sex object. Take care of your body, dress sensuously, fix your hair and makeup, go where men are, catch his eye, and signal your interest and availability. The 5-second flirt technique. So he won't be afraid to approach you. Smile, don't talk. If you speak first, you're the better man. You need chemistry, compatibility, and communication. You need all three, but they don't have to be perfect. Chemistry is a body to body reaction. Enjoy it, but don't consummate too soon. Communicate first to investigate compatibility in order to separate your fantasy projection from reality. He could be crazy, married, or a little boy. Once the bodies take over, it's hard to negotiate compatibility or even learn to communicate. Have no sex without commitment. Most females become bonded to the male with whom they have a sexual relationship. So, unless you're man enough for casual sex, negotiate the commitment before making love. Find out in advance whether he'll pay the entrance fee, which is exclusivity, continuity, and longevity. Remember, Men fall in love with your virtue, not your body. Set aside 15 minutes a day to talk. Every day, each of you should do amigo talk, asking the other what he or she thinks and feels about things that matter to you. Learn how to help the other to feel better and to achieve his or her goals. Then each of you should try to execute your tasks. When a man's thinking is respected, he feels cherished. When a woman's feelings are cherished, she feels respected. Renegotiate terms regularly after 6 months. The first 3 months are the perfect phase, the next 3 months, the imperfect phase. At 6 months, you start negotiating time, space, play, and money. And at 9 months, the commitment period, you begin planning for the future. You must renegotiate regularly to accommodate changes and to give both partners the variety of switching roles. Keep all agreements. The only way you know you love yourself and others is by the agreements you are willing to make and keep. Respect and cherish each other daily. Don't give up unless he makes you sick or drives you crazy. Nobody is perfect. If he's 51%, keep him. Create a romantic memory bank. A romantic memory is one in which the male gives pleasure to you and you give pleasure back to him, but always a little less than you get. When the male is giving, protecting, and cherishing, he is penetrating your defenses so that you can surrender to the pleasure of the relationship. You must never ask a man for more, better, or different love. So pick a male who gives you the way you like to receive. Wait at least a year to marry. You don't know a person until you've been through 4 seasons with him. You must each have accepted the other's foibles and frailties. The male must know what he thinks and asks for what he wants. The female must know what she feels and what she doesn't want and say no to anything unethical or immoral. You have negotiated time, space, money, and play. If you must marry or sign papers sooner than a year, make sure you seek legal counsel first. Okay, so that was the end of that chapter. So again, another short chapter. I kind of feel like I should have combined chapter 18 and chapter 19 together since they were so short. But so I want to go over number one, choose to be respected or cherished, because that is so important. And I think in this day and age in 2023, that there's not enough focus, that people are trying to have it all at the same time. They want to be cherished and they want to be respected. And that's both men and women. And that is impossible. It creates dysfunction in the relationship dynamic. It creates toxicity. Nothing will get done either because the person will just be focused on waiting for the other person in order to start doing. Whereas if you have a healthy balance where the person who desires to be respected is giving something and not waiting to be given something. The person who desires to be cherished is the one who waits. So, ladies, you have to determine, are you really truly cut out to be the feminine female? Because it is a waiting passive game. You wait for the man to give and then you reciprocate. What tends to happen is women become insecure and they can't wait. So they'll start to do things. They'll start to engage in a way to where it's like now you're giving, 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 hoping that he'll give back. And I think that has turned men into uh, subconscious, the subconscious feminine men, because they're now used to just sitting back, waiting, and then letting women come to them and give, 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 and then they think, oh, then I'll give back. It's all based in the Peter Pan boy syndrome. They haven't grown up. They're still dealing with women as how their mommy dealt with them, right? Mommy gave you everything. Mommy just gave without any thought of receiving anything back other than your love and your respect and honoring her and obeying her. That's it. And so these boys are imprinted on by their mothers, and then they're growing up and they're Peter Pan boys, they're Peter Pan men, and they want the same dynamic. But a lot of women, feminine women, are not going to give men that dynamic. Feminine women are going to take the passive waiting role. And I keep telling men this, because I hear men complaining and they're like, oh, she doesn't do this or she doesn't do, and I'm like, well, a feminine woman is not going to lead. And she's not even going to attempt to lead from the bottom. She's not going to give any hint or appearance that she desires to lead. She's simply going to wait on you. And once she's done tired of waiting because she's not getting what she needs, she's going to walk away. That's what feminine women do. You are desiring to be the feminine female. You are going to passively wait for the man to tell you what he wants or give you what you need. And then if he's not doing that, the feminine female is going to walk away. Feminine female do not play games, just like masculine males do not play games. A masculine male needs to be respected. And if he's not getting that respect, he is going to walk away. He's not going to sit there and negotiate with you for respect. If you have a man who is trying to negotiate respect, he's not a masculine male. That's a male who wants to be cherished and he wants to be respected at the same time, because now it's not about respect, it's about his feelings. You need to cherish his feelings about being respected. Whereas a masculine man is just going to tell you or basically show you that you either respect him or he will replace you. So you need to choose if you want to be the feminine, or if you want to be respected, or if you want to be cherished. You cannot be both at the same time. You just can't. Trust me, I myself tried it and it's just too exhausting, too tiring. And I was always cranky. And that's where a lot of the arguments will come about. That's where a lot of the arguments will start, is because you're trying to be so much, you're trying to be everything all at the same time. When if you just choose one role, just choose whether you want to be respected or cherished, you will feel a lot much better. You can handle the dynamics so much better. If you're choosing to be cherished, that means you're not seeking to have your opinions and your thoughts on how things should go respected. You're just simply wanting him to cherish your feelings about how you feel about what he wants and how things are going. And if you are wanting respect, wanting to be respected, you're not looking for him to cherish your feelings. You're not looking at him to consider how you feel about things. You want respect based on the fact that you know what you want. And you want it, and you want that to be respected, and you want that to be honored. Pay attention to your feelings is very important. Feminine women must tap into their feeling side. That's why a lot of women find themselves in these relationship dynamics or being pursued by men that end up taking them for a ride, taking advantage of them, wasting their time, because you're not tapping into your feeling side. You're thinking too logically, and then you're trying to mash up the logic with your feelings. So you're second guessing yourself. If you're going to think it out logically, does this make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. I'm out. But what you're doing is you're trying to mash that with, does this make sense? It makes sense, but I don't feel good about it. So now you're confused. Don't think about it. Feel it. How are you feeling about the guy that you're with? What he's doing and what he is saying? How do you feel? Does it make you feel good? If it does not make you feel good, then you need to walk away. And I'm not talking about looking at the guy and he's a good guy and he's boring. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about boredom. I'm talking about genuine feeling of, is this a good person? Is this man treating me right? Can he treat me right? Can he take care of a family? Does he want to get married? Is his behavior appropriate? Does he have good character? How do you feel about that? Do I feel good with this person? There are men that I come across, and just in conversation with them, I don't feel good conversing with them based on their harsh, abrasive language, their thought process, and their mindset. So what do? I excuse myself and I don't continue to give them any time, space, or energy because I don't feel good. If I'm on a date and I'm hearing the guy and I'm listening and we're engaging and I'm not comfortable about what he is saying, about what he wants, I will express that. And if he does not acknowledge that, he does not consider how I feel about it, then I know that we're not right for one another. That would be the last date. But too many women will suppress their feelings because they're thinking logically. They're looking at him as everything lines up on paper, so it has to make sense. So don't suppress your feelings. Honor your feelings. I'd say time and time again, no sex without commitment. Women are the gatekeepers to sex. Men are the gatekeepers to relationships. When a woman wants sex, it happens. When a man wants a relationship, it happens. All of these people who you will never hear a woman saying she can't get sex because she's dealing with men who would want to have sex with her. If a woman comes across a man who if a woman comes across a man who she determines, okay, she's not his cup of tea, she's going to keep it moving. She's not going to try to convince him to have sex with her. I mean, some might because she knows that, hey, I can win him over, but you don't hear women complaining about not being able to get sex. But you do hear men complaining about not being able to get a relationship, which is odd because men are the gatekeepers. If you want it, it will happen. Now, will it happen with every woman that you want? Absolutely not. But you signal that conversation. The conversation doesn't start without your desire because most women are not, unless it's transactional, she's a prostitute, she's a sugar baby or something. Most women who are dating a man, they're dating that man because they're interested in a committed relationship. Once you get into a relationship, she's dating you because she's interested in being in a committed relationship. So if you're struggling with getting commitment as a man, then you would have to ask yourself, do you really want commitment? Do you really want to be in a relationship? Because why are you sabotaging yourself by seeking women who don't want you? And your lane, the market is based on the lane that you're in, and your lane will determine whether or not you're going to be successful at that. If you're trying to um, court someone, pursue someone outside of your dating lane, of course you're going to struggle. You didn't qualify for that person. You want to switch lanes, you must first do some work and then qualify for a different lane. It's like swimming, right? Competitive swimming. The inside lanes are the best lanes. The outside lanes are the worst lanes because you're getting a lot of the water is being pushed to the outside, which causes a lot of drag and it slows the swimmers down. But your time as a swimmer, the amount of effort and work you put into your swimming endeavor while in the pool determines the lane that you're in. You don't just get to pick a lane. You have to qualify for that lane. That's why they have qualifying meets before they have the actual final. You have to qualify for the best lane, and you do that by conditioning your body first, working on your technique, and then you get in the pool, and then you are the fastest swimmer. You're beating out everyone else across the field, across the different qualifiers. You're beating everyone else according to your time. So you qualify for the best lane. So for men, if you want better options, you have to do the same. You have to qualify for a different lane. Women need to do the same thing. Your dating lane is determined by who you are being in that moment. And just because you think you are great doesn't mean other people will think you're great. So if a man wants a relationship, he will make it happen. You do not ladies, you do not have to have sex with the man in order to get a relationship out of him. Stop believing, well, I have to test drive the car. That is a red flag that the man does not want a relationship. He just uses that as a way to pull women in to get free sex. They play on our emotions. They play on the fact that we do naturally want to be cooperative and collaborative with men that we like. So if she has high interest, that will work. But if she doesn't have any high interest, it's not going to work. But I'm talking to the ladies who will have high interest. don't let it work on you. If he says women are like, well, I have to test drive the car, and women need to stop using that language too. It's so masculine. We are not inanimate objects. You have to test drive a car to see if you can handle that properly, if you can drive it, see if it fits you comfortably. Really, you're test driving to see if it works properly. You're test driving it to see if the salesman is not selling you something bogus. What are men getting out of trying to test women to see if what the sex is good? If the sex is trash, then maybe you're just a bad lover. Same thing for women. If the sex is trash, maybe you are just a bad lover. You do not need to have sex to figure out if you are right for a relationship. Sex is part of a relationship. Great sex and the amount of sex you have is part of a great relationship, but it is not the determining factor as to why you should get into a relationship. Sexual compatibility can be determined even before you have sex. If you work on building up your intimacy, creating a bond with one another, then you don't have to worry about that. You have non-committal people who don't really want a relationship using sex and determining whether or not sex is a reason why they should get into a relationship. That is a red flag, ladies. So I'm telling you, and that's the red flag for men too. You're dealing with someone who doesn't really want a committed relationship because they're sabotaging themselves. And if they could sabotage themselves this early on, imagine how much sabotage they will engage in as the relationship continues. So, again, no sex before commitment. Also, think about the phases that you're in. You're going to be in the honeymoon phase, which is the perfect phase. That's the phase where you're getting to know each other and you're overlooking the flaws, you're tolerating a lot of things. When you get into the imperfect phase, that's when you realize you don't want to tolerate a lot of things. I'm here to tell you, stop focusing on tolerating people and the things that they do in their behaviors and focus on compatibility. What a lot of people are doing is they are tolerating things. They are not creating compatibility. Compatibility is about creating a harmonious relationship. How do you do that? You do that by not letting conflicts be a problem. So what if you're different from one another? Why is that a problem? Do you like each other? Do you get along well with one another? Can you cooperate with one another? Can you still collaborate with one another? Meaning, not on a superficial level of I don't want to, but could you do it? Is there something actually stopping you from being together? Like ethics, morals, values, ideology. Those are the things that would cause significant problems. But they only cause problems because people allow them to become problems. You can be with someone and be compatible even if you have nothing in common. The thing that keeps you together is that it doesn't matter to you. Being together is what matters the most. That's how you know you're compatible with each other. Now, sharing certain things, sharing similar things, that makes compatibility much more easier. When you don't share anything and you're totally different, it makes compatibility much more harder. You're going to have to work at it and put in more effort to ensure that you stay compatible with one another. And it does happen. But people aren't looking for compatibility. They're building their relationships off of tolerance. And then they're thinking, well, I can tolerate this now in the perfect phase. And then when we get into the imperfect phase, the honeymoon is over. Now I'm going to let you know that I can't tolerate it and I need you to change it. Wrong. That does not work for a relationship because the person is thinking, you accept me as I am, and this is great, and that's why I want to move forward with you. And they had no clue that you were just tolerating. I think a lot of people don't realize they're just tolerating. They're just tolerating the behaviors. You cannot build a relationship on tolerance. Compatibility is the foundation. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there. Again, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like and share as well. If you would like to send me a donation, send a cash app to the matchmaker. And also, when you sign up for our email for my email list, you will receive a free downloadable guide navigating romance, a comprehensive guide to dating in a digital world. Okay, so that ends the Getting to I Do series. We are finally done. What was it, 19 chapters? Actually, all in all, it was 17 because I skipped chapter 5 and chapter 7 because they were irrelevant. So we're done with the series. Congratulations. If you're watching this video and you have not watched any of the others, I implore you to go all the way back to chapter 1. Does this sound like you? You can find it in my Getting to I Do playlist. If you're in the car, you're busy doing something, just start with chapter 1 and let it play all the way through. Okay? All right. So, and stay tuned for premiere videos, premiere shorts, and our live stream every Sunday happening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, High Value Man Sunday. That is our Q&A panel session where I have high value men on the panel as guests, and women can come up and ask some questions and engage in the conversation. Okay, with that being said, I am the matchmaker and I am here to help you get to I do. And I hope that you allow me to be your guide on this journey. Until then, take care.